You're live, apparently, so I'm going to say hello, everyone, and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we all doing this fine Monday? I don't feel great. I saw my bestest mate for the first time in like 6 months, and we hung out. And we got very drunk last night. It was good times. It was good times were had, and yeah. So I've been suffering for it today. Not that drinking is a bad thing or anything like that. It's just that, I do too much of it. Anyway, yeah. So, how are we doing today? What are we doing? What's going on? Now, I've been umming and erring whether or not to bring this up, but I think I should, just to get it out in the air and have it said. For those of you who don't know, a fellow YouTuber by the name of Schrodinger's cat died, I believe, yesterday. And yeah, it's very sad and terrible. I feel absolutely awful for their family. But on the other hand, not someone I really knew that well. I'd never spoken to them. I have seen them about. And yeah, so I don't really have a lot to say. Just that my commiserations go out to him and his family. So, but with that out of the way, what is going on, people? What are we up to? Let's have some brightening of the mood. So sick because you've been playing with it. What have I been playing with? There's lots of stuff that I play with. Uh, there's definitely a penis joke in there somewhere. Mm. Who opened the box? Yes. Schrodinger's cat died, and it was very sudden. But like I said, it's not something that I would say even qualified to talk on because not super familiar. Like I wasn't familiar with his work. I've looked it up today that he did a lot of at least recently the frauditors type stuff. So not someone I sort of would tend to show up in my place. I'm a beekeeper. You don't know, Sticky, but lots of mead in exchange for the annoyance. That is true. I've forgotten what I titled this stream. That it's usually a completely random name. Oh, your knee has betrayed you. What did it do? I hate it when it turns backwards and then you start walking like a dinosaur. That's always a pain in the ass. Mm. Why are there all these bodies around spewing red stuff? It depends what you're up to. And yeah, good Monday. Oh, you terribles. Yeah, I realized that I'm not as drunk as I would be at this point normally when I start a stream because I've been holding off. I have a drink in my hand now, in a spill-proof cup because I'm a fucking child. How are you, baby? Oh, that's a good point. That's an
Zoo.
planet poo. Or would it be? It would be Zanet poo, and that's just terrible.
I am building a lemur enclosure.
Oh, that sounds important.
Yeah.
You could do that in real. This is sick. And what you mean is shit. Because I am, oh, yeah. I am not entirely with it today. Mm. What are we drinking this evening? Yes. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if you remember the story some time ago of Mrs. Sick giving off what I refer to as the nightmare fart. But I think I had my revenge this week, basically, by instead of a nightmare fart, I gave back to her a asthma attack fart.
It's fucking horrible.
It woke her up in the middle of the night. I was quite poorly this week for a couple of days, and it was making me noxious. It made many smelly gaseous expulsions come from my body, and it as the night progressed, it got worse and worse, sort of from the bottom end. So yeah, it woke Mrs. Sick up. At which point she started having an asthma attack and had to sleep in the other room. You want spoon? Wrong channel, Daub. I mean, I'll have one. Just watched the Atheist Challenge video and wanted to share my Holy Spirit insult. The Holy Spirit needs to be renamed the Holy Liquid because unlike vodka or whiskey, the Holy Spirit has 0% proof. Oh, that is savage. You need to change your first name to Sav because that was Sav Edge. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I need to have more alcohol in me before I, yeah.
Are you air dogging it? Air hound.
No, I don't feel that. I feel bad, but it's mostly I don't have a hangover. I didn't get a hangover today, thankfully, but I did not feel fantastic when I woke up. So yeah.
No, I didn't get a hangover, but I felt a bit.
You got pretty mushed.
I felt a bit tummied this morning, but I wasn't like hungover.
The one thing that and because of course alcohol is basically the woo-esque heal-all that all the other woos wish they were. This week, Mr. Six also been having quite a lot of arm pain. Probably because she just slept on it weird, and being when you get older, you get injured by sleeping because fuck you. But yeah, it was pretty bad. And last night, when we got really drunk, she woke up this morning and she's like, I actually feel a lot better. And we reckon it's because she actually relaxed for the first time in a while.
I've never had an attack from someone's gas.
It was really smelly.
My asthma's really weird. It gets triggered by smells a lot.
You get triggered by oranges.
Orange, yeah.
Yeah, I can't have oranges anymore, even though...
It's really random. There's like the Labradors can set me off as well. It's really fucking weird.
Did I miss Lord Pooh's super chat? No, I'm just not reading that. I'm just being above it. If it's brown and sticky, it's a stick. That is true. And yeah, I didn't say that. Why is it so like tacky? Like when something has a... Why is tacky stick? I guess because it's gross. I guess that's why tacky is tacky and also sticky is because when things feel tacky, they just feel crap. Somehow I've gone from drinking all night and then going to work feeling fine to feeling like death after 2 drinks. So now I just make sure those drinks are strong as fuck. I think it depends on the drink. So like, as long as you've only had the 2 drinks, you could like just pour a pint of whiskey, and as long as you only have 2 of those, you'll be fine. Oh, I'll eat all the oranges for you. I really do like oranges.
It's really weird.
I have given up much for this woman.
Orange juice is fine.
Well, yeah, because orange juice doesn't...
It's just when someone peels
the thing about oranges is they fucking atomize themselves. Like, I've opened one and it's literally just sprayed juice into the air. Whereas orange juice has already had that sort of happen to it. Oh, I need to spend more time in these streams. No, you don't.
No.
I should spend less time in them because they're fucking shit. But what can I say? I like people. Fucking hell!
Exactly.
I cannot words today.
Yeah, that.
Exactly that. That's what
what he said.
I can speech. I promise me to. Yeah, I need to get more buzz in me. It's the one thing, like, real talk. I used to drink while making videos back in the day, especially whilst writing them. And I was very glad that I stopped doing that. But I cannot do streams without a drink in me. I just get way too fucking anxious. I always think... Now, maybe things are just as shit either way. But I think the important thing is when I've had a couple, I stop caring. And as long as I've got something decent to talk about, it also allows my brain to go in circles, so that helps. I'm partial to a whiskey Jaeger bomb now. Maybe that's the. Ugh. Jaeger. I do not like Jägermeister. That is such an It's like, here's a perfectly nice drink. Now just drop a shot of piss into it. Delicious. Not a fan of the Jägermeister. I don't know if there's a version of it that's like pleasant. I don't even know what it's supposed to taste like apart from death.
Yeah, licorice probably. A lot of liqueurs are licorice.
Especially the really gross ones. I'm overwhelmed by the huge amount of work I have to do until tomorrow morning, so I decided to watch the stream instead. Good plan. The best way to have work not be a problem anymore is to ignore it. That's what I found. Sick has a brain. Well, I have what could be called a brain. I have a cell. It's just really big.
Everything's big with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna. My belly, my tits, my sense of entitlement. But yeah, oh, it was a good time though. Like I said, we hadn't seen each other in a while, and we haven't hung out in ages, and we haven't gotten smashed in a very long time. So yeah, we just sat around and watched music videos and chatted shit, and I gave him a little Game Boy thing because it was his like Christmas present. Because again, we hadn't seen him in ages. Actually, one of the Christmas presents was a bottle of whiskey, but then
that didn't last.
No, we managed to polish that off together, and we went about halfway through another one. So yeah, like I said, good times. Right, this needs to open. Oh. Yeah, but this weekend I spent doing what did I do this weekend? I rebuilt my old Game Boy Advance. Put a new screen in it, and I'm really pleased with myself. And yeah, that's what I do with my time is I make stuff. I've actually been I've been umming and ahhing about doing like a separate channel to do tech stuff. Like, now, this is not a promise that this is going to happen. This probably isn't going to happen, especially now that I've said it out loud. That's how that works with me. But I like the idea of just doing stupid tech stuff. Like, there's real tech, and I do fuck about with it, and you could probably learn something, but it's mostly just an excuse to fuck about with stuff. And if I'm really lucky, get enough eyes on me that I get sent stuff for free. That'll really piss Mrs. Sick off.
I really don't need more stuff.
Yeah, but
you
there we
are
go.
A hoarder.
A Sir Sick restoration channel. What would I restore? My faith in humanity, because that's not going to happen.
I wouldn't say my self-esteem, but that's never been good.
You can't restore
that.
something that wasn't there. Yeah. That no, you could at best shabby chic yourself, I guess. This gun tuber I watched did an experiment to see if liquor actually warms you up and can prevent hypothermia by downing a whole bottle of Jägermeister out in the snow. Was it an experiment to see if that would happen, or was it an excuse to go get really drunk in the snow? Because I know for a fact that no, like Big Clive, like Big Clive, like I have a thing for little emulation machines and Raspberry Pis and stuff like that. So I really like doing stuff. Free stuff is the best, and it's even better when technically your job is to go out and buy the stuff and then fuck about with it, and instead people just give it to you. And it would be called Sick Tech, and it would be tech for terrible people. Yeah, I think that's what I'd go with. A will to live. Oh wait. Restoring my liver. No. I've had it replaced with the Raspberry Pi. It doesn't do anything. It's just really cool to have one inside you. And they're worth like twice as much at the moment because of fucking supply lines. Saw a friend of mine a few weeks ago after not having seen each other in about 6 months. We had a terrible time. We watched The Matrix 4. Would not recommend. Yeah, if you wanted to do something, I would have done something nostalgic. And as much as The Matrix 4 is banking on nostalgia, it's also new and also purely banking on nostalgia as far as I can tell. Get free whiskey like luck picking lawyer. Oh yeah, get sent fucking puzzle boxes filled with whiskey.
Oh, that's cute.
What?
I get sent little puzzle boxes with whiskey inside.
Yeah, to see if he can solve them, and he does them on. I mean, the puzzles are obviously not indestructible in any way, shape, or form, but yeah. One of my favourite things that you ever did is there's this locking mechanism you can get for Haagen-Dazs, and he bought it so that just to have a fun thing that his wife could lockpick it. And he came home and she just chopped the fucking bottom of the Haagen-Dazs off and just ate it upside down. I was like, I think we've discovered a security flaw. You do feel warmer, but you get hypothermia faster. Yeah, basically it doesn't, like it couldn't work like that. Gamer kidneys with RGB leads, yeah. My brother, who is not much of a gamer, but the only chair he could find in a timely manner, he is a bit of a gamer. I've been training him. But yeah, he has this chair which has an RGB light strip that goes all the way around it, and it is completely absurd, and I love it. Oh, first, live Cersic. Is bourbon okay? Only thing I've got. Bourbon's fine. As long as you can get it into your face, it's all good. Cersic would chew through the box in a blind fury. Puzzle. Well, I wouldn't fucking be able to open it. It's a puzzle. I'm stupid. Someone should put whiskey at the end of a maze for Cersic. I just walk through the fucking walls. If you see, I'm a big dude. And I'm too stupid to turn. Oh, damn it! My stomach is starting to hurt. Fun times. When I reviewed music, I got sent free albums by some record labels. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I've been sent a number of free games. I'm on a fucking mailing list for some company that just every time one of their new things comes out, I just get one now, which is pretty cool. Found some games that I really liked from that, actually. I think it's still beneficial, even for someone like me who's not gamer focused, but because I have a stream and sometimes I talk about what I'm doing, I think it helps. I've definitely sold people on a few games in my time, like Disco Elysium. What a fucking game that is. Oh, gamer trainer. That's a job title that will exist in a few years or decades. It probably already does. I mean, esports teams have fucking coaches, and if that's basically what a gamer trainer would be, which yeah, they have coaches, so absolutely a thing, because people enjoy watching people do things at a high level, always have done. Random comment, should not have paused the stream, caught up now. Esports coaches exist now and get paid well, yeah, and so they should, because there's a lot of money in it, because there's always a lot of money in competition. People just like it. Meanwhile, I'm here drinking Gatorade because I've been shoveling snow and I'm depleted. It's got electrolytes. It's got what snow shovelers need. Crave, that's the one. Man, just imagine Cersic getting locked up in a what? In a what? What are you going to lock me up in? God damn it. Disco Elysium was a masterpiece, and it came so unexpected. I think it was one of those things that's sort of bound to happen. It's the kind of game that have a small area, basically no combat, and just really, really focus on the writing and choices. It's good stuff. Really like it. I've been working on developing an economics-based game. Unfortunately, head injuries make it slower, but I hope to make it more detailed to really mess shit up. Okay. I thought that said whiskey aging whorehouse then, and I was just like, Your cat's trying to eat your toes. Is this normal, or should I reboot her? What you do is you. The only thing I know about cats is that there's this trick where if you always get fur all over everything, what you do is you take some tape, and then you just wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it around your cat, and then none of it comes off. I like that. I like that joke because it's a subversion of expectations. May I join? Only got vodka though. It's all good as long as it goes in your face. I don't know why people like. Yeah, whiskey's my booze of choice, but I like sea whiskey, rum, Mexican whiskey, tequila, fucking Russian whiskey, which is vodka. You know, it's all good. I'm not so fond of non-spirit based things. Like, I cannot do Guinness for the life of me, and I don't understand how anybody does. Plus, it gives me terrible farts, which we've already know cause asthma. Obviously, Sir Six should be locked in a room where the only way out is to touch that. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? Irish coffee. I've never had an Irish coffee because I'm not the hugest fan of straight coffee. I can have mochas now. Gin? No, I'm not a fan of gin. Mrs. Sick likes gin,
Yeah.
but she doesn't like straight gin. The one that tastes like nail stripper. The junipers and nail stripper. But she does like nail paint. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Nail polish remover.
What, acetone?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Acetone. Good stuff. What's written on the greenhouse far away? What are you looking at?
Urine.
What about gay coffee? What's a gay coffee? Depends if it's delicious. Had Irish coffee, not good, man. I mean, it depends on the. Is it not good because you didn't like it, or was it not good because you got fucked? Because that stuff, I mean, it is just a coffee with a shot in it. Oh, nail polish remover is what I meant, not nail remover. Imagine if it was that strong and you just melted your nails off. Would you recommend a whiskey for mugs like me that drinks Southern Comfort? So something in a liqueur sense. I mean, Southern Comfort is a whiskey technically. It's a sweet bourbon. It's a bourbon liqueur. But I don't like that. My mum likes that, but I cannot fucking stand it. It's way too sweet for me. It makes me go, bit sweet that.
I don't think I've ever had Southern Comfort.
You'd probably like it. I feel like you'd like it. It's just, I'm not a fan. Wait, you know nail stripper tastes like? No, I know what it smells like. You can usually, there's usually a connection between how something smells and how it tastes. That's why I stopped eating poo.
Oh my god.
There's an awesome gin made locally where I live, and I don't like gin at all. Yeah, like people think that vodka tastes like shit because the only vodka that anybody ever buys is the cheapest one. But if you get a decently priced, like a decently priced whiskey would be priced vodka, it's usually really nice. Had this very, very neat drinkable vodka that I can't remember the name of, but it just had this really smoky taste. It was very nice. Irish coffee with Irish cream. I mean, it would work. It would look not great. Because the thing that makes an Irish coffee so good is that distinct, the blackness of coffee without anything in it, and getting the head on using a spoon is how you do it, and Jack Daniel's honey is good. Yeah, I can't fucking stand Jack Daniel's honey. That stuff, oh, it makes it really heavy, and it makes it quite unpleasant to sit on your stomach. I'm not a fan. I bet Sir Six sweats whiskey. I tell you what I really don't like, whiskey related, is the fucking sweets. They're almost always not as good if they hadn't had the fucking whiskey flavour in it. There's this Jack Daniel's fudge that I almost invariably get bought every Christmas. Actually, it didn't happen this year, but that's mostly because no one bought me anything, pretty much. But yeah, it's the Jack Daniel's fudge, and it's just like, it's fine, but I'm just, every time I have it, I'm like, this would be nicer if it was just straight up fudge. It'd be way nicer. Straight fudge is fucking delicious. Whiskey fudge is just not as good. Give me a whiskey and some fudge, and then I'll be much happier. I don't like anything sweet in booze. People go crazy over port wine, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? Same thing with coffee, never sugar for me. You haven't got the old sweet tooth. I personally, I prefer to drink my whiskey with mixers. And I know that makes me a heathen to some, and I don't give a fuck. And it's usually Pepsi Max. I like a tall drink that I can just enjoy, rather than just getting hit in the stomach. I will drink certain things neat regardless, but most of what I have is just moderately priced bourbon. Lemony Pie has arrived. What were you doing before that made you quote unquote arrived? Can't stand hot cinnamon flavor. That cinnamon that like burns. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Although I do like the cinnamon whiskey. What's it called? Fireball, and there's Tennessee Fire for Jack Daniels, which is also quite pleasant. I used to make this drink that was I mean, I say make as if I'd done anything other than just put one ingredient with another. But I used Tennessee Fire and I think it was called Kia, a Caribbean fruit punch. Very strong flavor. Mix those together. They were really tasty, but quite hard to drink a lot of them. You know, I don't know if it's just me, but a sweet flavor will exhaust me after a while. And if something's too sweet, then it basically exhausts me straight away. Try Domestos. Isn't that a fucking cleaning product? My mum was all about the Canadian whiskey. I was in my 20s before I even knew Windsor was the name of a city. Beforehand, I just thought it was a brand. I mean, I never understood that. You don't do that. That's blasphemy attitude with food and drinks. If someone likes it, let them have at it. Like, it's... If you have a point to make that they've never tried something, or they haven't tried something properly, that's understandable. Like, one of my opinions on food is never say that you don't like something until you've tried a high quality version, because so many times the one that you can get out of a can or, you know, in a ready meal is probably not going to be that good. But having it fresh ingredients, freshly made with skill, is often 10 times nicer, and suddenly you're like, oh, actually, that's quite good. But, yeah, if someone says, I like the one from the can, I don't give a fuck, then believe them. You know, people are allowed to have different taste buds than you. Like, mine and Mrs. Six taste buds are very different. She basically doesn't get much out of sort of what she refers to as bland foods or
Savory.
plain foods. Or, yeah. But I really like savoury food. Like, but to her, they just basically don't taste of anything, do they?
Oh, I don't get anything out of it.
Yeah, but
Not Boring.
Literally take any of those things, regardless of the context, put a jalapeno on top of it, and suddenly it's
Perfect.
really tasty. Like, literally, almost every food that I've ever bought, I've experimented with giving her it with jalapenos on tops. And every time she's, oh, that was lush. That was so nice. It's the best. Like, I do these, some of the shops around here do chicken strips that are really nice. That like fresh, I know it's fresh, but uncooked chicken strips, not processed and shit. They're pretty good. And she's been having them like that, and you know they're all right. And then literally, I put one jalapeno in one of them once, and she was like, ah, literally drooling whilst eating it. It was ridiculous. Like, I don't even get like that with most things.
I like spicy food, though.
I only get like that when I'm really hungry. We always end up on food. I wonder why that is. Slapped belly. Canned haggis isn't as good as real haggis. Probably. You'd go clean round the bend if you do. I mean, we talk about domestos. Oh. What about milk? You actually like milk, don't you?
Yeah, I like milk.
She likes milk. She can do milk. Actually, we use milk most nights to get her to sleep.
Yeah, it works.
What I would do is I walk in and throw it on her face. Go to sleep! Does Mrs. Sick like tamales?
Don't think I've ever had a tamale.
What constitutes a tamale? Because we might have had something similar. I do like enchiladas. Oh man, good enchiladas are well nice.
Not the fake Mexican food.
I had a thing for the trash coffee from the coffee machine for years, and I have no idea why, but I'm better now. You know, sometimes there's just something. It doesn't have to be good to be related to pleasant memories. So if the trash coffee from the coffee machine, you knew it wasn't that good, but what it did mean is that you got to get up from where you were working, walk away from it, and have a 5-minute breather. Your brain just starts to tell you, coffee good.
Tamales are a traditional Mexican dish. They have beans in them.
She's not a fan. I mean, I guess they don't have to be made with beans.
But I'm picky when it comes with beans.
Basically, she can do baked beans, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Jalapeno milk.
That sounds well nice.
I do imagine it having a leaf floating in the top for some reason. Coffee revels. Oh. God, I haven't had revels in years, but yeah, I can't do the coffee ones. Those are fucking nasty. Do you like the coffee ones?
The what?
In revels. Revels is...
God, I've not had them since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to take all the coffee ones. You could tell which bottle of the coffee ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to take all them.
You liked them?
Yeah, they were well nice.
Yeah, I thought so. There was a great advert.
I used to leave all the raisin ones because I hate raisins.
So I don't know if Revels translates to the Americanas, but for anybody who doesn't know, Revels were basically a bag of chocolate balls, and they were similar enough in shape that if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't really know what you were getting. But they were various types of chocolate coated thing. One of them was just chocolate. One of them had orange on the inside. One of them had a coffee flavor. One of them was like a Malteser. One of them was something else that I can't think off the top of my head. And I think, yeah, one of them was a raisin, maybe. I can't remember if that is. But, yeah, the coffee ones were considered by 90% of the public to be fucking disgusting. But they wouldn't be Revels if they didn't have that in there. I'd still eat them.
I'm just reading subtitles for me talking. It's so bad.
It does not understand what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, part of that is because you're like 8 miles away from your mic, but...
I'm not 8 miles away.
Oh, it's a little bit closer than normal. I couldn't see the end. Yeah, you should try and give it a blowjob.
Nom.
Because you don't talk loud enough. But
I'll put it right next to my mouth.
Yeah, that was the thing. But then they did an advert campaign where like they were doing Russian roulette, but with revels. And then the guy like takes the first one, orange, and everyone's like, yeah.
I liked the orange ones as well.
And then this like skinny little dude took one, and he says, "Oh, coffee," and everyone's like, he's like, "But I like the coffee." And I always thought that was a cute ad. What about Crunchy Frog? I don't know, but I know Freddo's. Freddo's is how you judge the British economy. I don't know how much they cost now, but they used to cost 10 pence. It used to be 10p to have one Freddo, and it was the right price. And that wasn't that long ago. Like, I think Freddos were like only up to 15 pence when we first got together. So that's like 10 years ago.
More people want Yorkshire ASMR.
Freddo's current price. I wonder if they do a stock calculator. Yorkshire Smart. The Freddo Index. That's great. Oh, they went up for a little bit. They are currently...
What? 25p?
They are currently 27p, apparently.
What? That's wrong. Inflation's proper bad.
And they're expected to be up to 36p by 2030.
Oh.
That's too much.
That is a lot.
Yeah, they were 10p in 2000, 10p in 2005, and then in 2010, they rocketed up to 17 pence.
I remember that. It was an outrage.
Absolute fucking savagery.
It was in newspapers.
And then in 2015, they were up to 25 pence. So, yeah, they must have been higher than when we got together, because we've been getting, yeah. Oh, that's terrible. About £1.20 now. Yeah, a Freddo is a chocolate frog. What are they? 25p. How can the raisin not be the most hated one? Shake my head. I like the raisins.
No,
I like chocolate covered
raisins.
raisins.
Horrible.
My favourite thing that I've ever had as a sweetie, I cannot for the fucking life of me find anywhere. But it's banana chips with a yogurt coating. They are so fucking delicious. They are just one of the nicest things. And I haven't seen them anywhere in years, and I've looked. It's like the fucking Sara Lee, what was it called? The Sara Lee pecan pie. Not the same as American pecan pie. It is just a pie with pecans in it, but it's this pastry thing that was ridiculously pastryful, and it had icing on it, and it was fucking delicious. And I only ever got like the thinnest goddamn slice, and obviously my parents then went away and stuffed their fat faces. Congrats, Sir Sick and Mrs. Sick. Me and my son met 10 years ago, roughly, 11 this year. So you were in the 17 to 25 pence zone of the Freddo Index. Interesting. I have an interview to prep. Don't. I mean, you should, but don't. That's what my brain says when I go, I should do some work. It goes, no, you shouldn't.
You can go read or listen to 6 interview tips.
But it depends if you're preparing to be interviewed or if you're preparing to perform an interview. But either way, the 6 interviews tips will prepare you for what you're going to see. A pie with pecans in it? Yeah, why not? Pecan pie always makes me laugh. England never stopped using pound. Okay.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Why would we change our currency when it's the best?
Yeah. It's worth the most. Is it worth the most?
I don't fucking know.
I think it might be, actually. Or it's
No,
pretty much, it's high up there.
I had my dad telling me about energy companies and the cap's going to be removed, so the prices are going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
He says it's probably going to go up to 60%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
So prepare for increase.
Ours already went up a shitload.
Yeah, I know.
I'm old enough to mind when caramel Freddos were Taz bars.
Oh, Taz bars, yeah.
I can't even remember Taz bars. Tell you what I do like, fudge. The fudge bar. I mean, I like fudge anyway. We've already
Fudge are
figured that.
really good.
Pecan pie. We have it in the Netherlands. The pecan pastry thing that looks like a braid. Yes. Send them. Send them all. That sounds delicious.
You must pay tribute.
If it is even similar to the thing that I'm remembering, I would eat the shit out of that. That would be fucking awesome. Does it have a name? Can I order some? Do they transport them? I know shipping at the moment is kind of difficult, but it'd be worth it. Whenever I see the word pence, I get war flashbacks. Okay. I thought they switched to euros. Nope. It's just not who British people are. We're very proud of stupid shit. But the thing is, there are good and bad reasons to switch to other things. Like, it was fucking terrible for Greece when they tanked, because if we want a little lesson in economics, when your economy tanks, if you've got your own currency, if your economy tanks, that's better, because it means that it's cheaper to do things because your money's worth less. But if you're reliant on another currency, the currency's price doesn't change, but everything becomes much more expensive to do, basically. I am vastly oversimplifying that, but yeah. So, there's a good reason to keep your thing if you're expecting your economy to tank. There's probably good reasons to do it, and there's good reasons to switch to another, the single doobly-doo. Oh, a mincemeat pie, but just pecans. Oh, I'm not allowed mince pies anymore.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, not without you going, ew.
Yeah, because they're fucking horrible.
It's not like I'm stuffing them in your face. Oh.
My granddad was a huge fan of them. They're fucking horrible.
We Americans go, sugar paste with nuts is pie. I like the fact that there's a thing with Americans often getting confused if you talk about like a meat pie, because pie is dessert. But like I've heard that pie is like lazy cake. So we'll just have the base and we'll just pour stuff into it. Perfect. I love you for not going common denominator and making audit Karen videos. You are the smart. I don't see the value. Like, I have a very specific thing that I go for, and the thing about people going nuts and getting angry at the police or shouting at people and stuff is that they're usually not making claims. They're not trying to describe reality. They're just out of touch with it, which is very different to the type of people that I cover. The people that I cover are intentionally saying, this is how reality is, and I'm not being caught short. This is what I think and believe, and blah, blah, blah. And the frauditors, auditors, Karen stuff, it wouldn't make sense for me to do that, because I would have nothing to say. And I'm not, I'm a criticism channel. I'm not a reaction channel. Which it's not the same thing, in my opinion. I'm not saying that one is better than the other. It's just that is not what I do. Look at jumbo pecan pie. You can see pictures I could send, but they wouldn't be fresh. The supermarket chains here get it frozen. Well, to be fair, frozen is better because they could actually be fucking shipped. But yeah, man. I guess I'd have to put jumbo pecan pie Netherlands. Okay, did it. Although every time I think of Netherlands, I think of a joke from. Okay, we're just getting the American types of pecan pie. That's what I'm seeing.
Like, we're gonna have like a proper pork pie, like shredded pork. And
Uh,
gravy. Because you gotta have it. You gotta have the gravy.
well, put jelly stuff in it, and that's
No,
specifically injected into them.
no. How about we just
A
have an
pecan
actual pot?
plat.
A pecan plat.
Oh no, I've seen those, but they're not exactly what I'm looking for. A pecan plat is just, it doesn't have the icing on it, and I think that's what makes the other one so fucking good. But I think pecan plat might be better. Pecan. I keep putting pie because I'm stupid. It's a plate. It's not a plat. It's a plate. Those do look delicious, though. Oh man, I'd eat the shit out of those.
Showing sick a lot of food. Now.
I'm always hungry, me. I've got pecan plats on one page and the Freddo Index on another. I'm on several lists now. I like pork bowl buns. They're basically an Asian pork pie. That sounds really nice.
Pork bowel. Is that what you said?
Who is the Mud Fossil University dude's name? What, Roger?
Roger.
Oh, Roger University. I pretty much stopped watching Creaky Blinder because fraudsters and Karens are most of what he covers now. Yeah, I think Radical went the same way. And, you know, if that's what's bringing them success and it leaves more space for me to be awesome, then I'm not going to lie. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, I've seen him do other stuff as well. I miss walnut. I miss the walnut from the walnut whip because a very specific type of walnut. Walnut whips, I've only had one once, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life because it just wasn't anything like I expected. Was the Sara Lee pecan cake maybe? I know what they are technically, and they called them pecan pie. I think they called it pecan nut pie, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah. Always hungry, sick secretly, a dragon confirmed. Secret? I am many things, all things, and none. I think Roger looked too much like an old Doctor Who episode with living rocks in it. I always get him and Wormhat mixed up. A lot of people, the most ones that people get mixed up are Barnabas Nagai and Hans Wormhat, because those two have very similar strange opinions. With chicken pot pie. Can we stop talking about fucking pie? I am getting so goddamn hungry now. We just had tea and I'm both hungry and a little bit nauseous. So it's pretty not fun. Pecan twist. That sounds good. The word twist in food, I don't know. It always says this will be nice. What is the most disappointing food you ate? Thinking of how walnut whips disappointed me. What was the most... Oh my god, that looks so tasty. Yeah. Okay, the pecan twist does look pretty fucking close. Oh, can I buy that somewhere? Nope. I knew it. I guess it's probably what my parents called it. Also, they called it, no, you can't have any.
Which one is it that's got peas in it? Is it shepherd's pie or cottage pie?
They can both have peas in it. Or you could just have it without peas.
Without peas. Because peas are dirty.
Wormhat. It's pronounced Wormhat. Well, I'm pronouncing it how Hans Wormhat pronounces it, because that's his name. Although it's not his name anymore. And I have a theory on that. Because I think that he picked that name because he liked the show, and maybe because it was a dream, he found that to be, appropriate. But then everybody went, no one would pick that name unironically. Oh no, he definitely picked that name on purpose to prove that he's fake. And I think he just got sick of being called fake for that, so he just stopped using it. Because he did do it he did unironically do it because he's kind of dumb. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I think I'm going to belch at some point. I'll apologize when I do. Or not. I don't care. There should be a calorie refund for things that don't taste as good as you expected. Yes.
Wait, so you eat it and then you're just like, "Bleh," back out it comes.
Okay, no, that's something else that you shouldn't be doing. But you should just have them extracted from you by, yeah. Caviar and truffles would
having
disappoint
like
me. Expensive, hype, not that great.
Having like a little door in your stomach and you just take it back out.
Just
Nope.
take it out full, unchewed.
Yeah.
I have a cottage pie in my fridge that I got to throw out.
I'm glad that we reminded you.
There's nothing worse than that one thing that you had in the fridge and you keep forgetting to chuck it out, and then it gets worse and worse and worse, and then you start feeling really bad. Or the thing that you don't remember that's there, and it just starts to turn to liquid. And then when you eventually, you decide to clean out your fridge, and there's just this gross pool. Ooh.
I'm the one who cleans the fridge.
Occasionally, I clean it.
Yeah, but you don't deep clean it like I do.
I clean it relatively regularly. It's just sometimes you get to it first. I do stuff around the house right.
Nah.
You just...
Nah.
Mrs. Sick assumes that if she's done something once, then she must have done it all the times.
Nah.
If she ever does the cat tray, she's going to go, I do the cat tray every time, and I've been doing it for fucking years. That's just how she thinks.
Leave me alone.
Don't act like you're the only one who does things. Bitch, 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 bitch. I was very confused when I learned that shepherd's pie was normally topped with potatoes because my mum always used biscuits. And over here, you just use fucking mashed potatoes. And by biscuits, do you mean biscuits or do you mean like American bread
digestives?
Things? I can't imagine it being
chocolate digestives.
Oh, biscuit bases though for pies.
What, like cheesecake?
Yeah. Biscuit base is fucking sick. Oh man,
making yourself hungry.
Well, I'm staring at fucking the pie that I've wanted for years. And, I'm finally old enough and big enough to buy it. I could have bought it for myself, and they don't fucking do it anymore because fuck me. Pizza is as much a pie as apple pie is. Depending on what you put on it, apple pizza would actually be kind of nice. American bread. So basically cake, which is a weird fact that I never expected, but yeah. Apparently American bread is kind of cakey, at least the ones you buy from the shop. What's your favourite Logic video and was an inspiration when you first made content? I only just discovered him and he's almost as good as you. He inspired me. Damn right. Favourite video? Oh, I can't remember, but I remember a favourite joke, and it was like a joke that came after a previous video where he said, imagine, he was talking about hell, and he said, imagine if you had like a guy who was like 1,000 Hitlers, a mega Hitler. Infinite punishment for that person at some point would just be unnecessarily cruel, because there is a point at which someone has been punished enough, no matter what you think. In theory, there has to be a limit, and infinity is never justifiable. And then everyone corrected him and said, no, if it was 1,000 Hitlers, he wouldn't be a mega Hitler, he'd be a killer Hitler. 1 kilo Hitler. And it always just made me giggle. Especially when it's very annoying when your audience makes funnier jokes than you do. I'm stuck in America. The food here is trash. It all depends where you get it from. I mean, there's a very Very fun stereotype that does annoy me slightly. Like, I'm not usually someone who's bothered by stereotypes, but when someone goes, English food, and then they point out stuff that I've just never fucking eaten. And it's just like, okay. So every country has some traditional dishes that are gross or not very good or just boring or whatever. That doesn't mean that that's all those people eat. Don't be stupid. Yes, Colorado, I am aware. I mentioned it at the start. Everything has way too much sugar. I do like sugar though. It's good. What the hell is imitation American cheese?
I swear, it's like built in a factory, like from like
Well, they take the fake
wood,
American
like
cheese
wood shavings.
and then they go, "How can we make this more fake?" It needs to be more American and less cheese. So it's just made out of flags. Infinite torture can't be justified. You'd have to be a monster for an infinite amount of time first. Air horns, etc. You'd have to be an infinite monster, basically. The argument against that infinite torture is stupid, is even worse than you could imagine. It's not, well, it's because of the injury that you're doing to an infinite. God is an infinite creature, so any bad thing that you did to them is infinitely bad. When obviously the opposite of that is true. When I get fucking bitten by a random insect, I'll maybe kill it, but I won't then take it, keep it alive for as long as possible, and slowly peel its exoskeleton off, because that would be insane. A simple, sharp, thoughtless punishment is what you give to something that that is so small to you it's unfathomable. Not, I am going to take this really fucking personally. Would Mrs. Sick eat eel pie if it had jalapenos on it? Probably not.
No.
I don't think you'd even pick off the jalapenos. They'd be ruined. Eel pie, no.
That would be a loss.
Yeah, that'd be a net loss to reality.
Eel pie. And I instantly thought, see them alive in a pie base.
Hershey's chocolate tastes weird to me, like it has some notes of puke. The girls like this macaroni that comes out of a tin, and I swear it smells of sick.
It does. It smells like puke.
It's really bad. Once it's cooked, it's not so bad, but fucking hell.
Yeah, it still is bad. I don't.
Well, you don't have to eat it.
No, mac and cheese is horrible.
No, good mac and cheese is nice. Mac and cheese is literally just macaroni and cheese. It's just the cheese sauce. You don't like that because it's cheap and you're a classy bird.
You're funny.
God said it. That's the way it is. Finger guns. I ate eel in Japan. Didn't like it. Did you try eating it anywhere else? Because maybe it would have been different. Probably not. Say what you want about fake American cheese. It's so creamy and good. Okay. It depends what you mean by that. Do you mean like the spray can one? Because that's the one that we just don't understand. The best English food is Yorkshire pudding. It's like an addictive, savoury dinner pancake. It is, and
True.
Because of its shape, you could fit more food in it, and so it just becomes like a bowl that you can eat.
It's a food arc.
Oh, so good. All right, we're about to hit. Yeah, we're about to hit 10, and I have to do something about my stomach because it's really starting to hurt. I don't think it's even the food thing. I just think I'm in a lot of pain. Yay. But, yeah. What are your thoughts on Ranty Flat Earth and his newfound success on YouTube? I don't know who that is. So, none. I don't know who that is. I don't know who anybody is, though. That's not like a throwing shade. I am very bad at peopling. Anyway, it's 10. I gotta go. I gotta do something about this before I fucking keel over. Thanks for coming, and we'll catch you next time.